Let's go! Hello and welcome, Disciplebots. My name is Pastor Prime, and this is our Disciplebot training headquarters. I am so glad that you're here, and I'm glad that you've decided to join us for day one of our very special online Disciplebot training camp. We're going to have a great time together this week. We've got so much fun stuff in store. Most important, we are going to meet and experience the true transformer. That's right, Jesus. And we're going to read stories from the Bible about Jesus transforming people's lives, because that's what he does. He's the true transformer, and he's going to transform our lives as well. Today, we're going to get to hear about a story about a man named Peter and how Jesus transforms his life. But more on that a little bit later. First, let me tell you all the stuff that we've got in store for you today. That's right, we've got singing and dancing with our good friend and instructor, Bumble G. Bumble G has the best dance moves, and I can't wait for you to dance with him. It's going to be a good time. We've got a special game plan today with our good friend and instructor, Ravi. And of course, again, we are going to read a story from the Bible, and we're going to meet the true transformer, Jesus. Now, just a note before we get started, if you haven't done so already, make sure to go to our website. That's www.stjohns-wp.org. www.stjohns-wp.org. And click on the VBS tab. There's a couple documents that you might want to download and print that are going to tell you what you need for the week. And make sure to get your parent or guardian's help to do that. So, with that, are you guys ready for our very special online Disciplebot training camp? I said, are you guys ready for our online Disciplebot training camp? All right, let's get started with our song and dance with Bumble G. Disciplebots, roll out.
Whoa! What's going on, Disciplebots? It's me, Bumble G, and I'm here so that we can do our Disciplebot training today. I'm so excited to be here with you doing this Disciplebot training, especially because we're going to be doing our robotic moves to the new song, Brand New, which is what Jesus always makes you. So, we're excited to have you. Come on, join in whenever you're ready. Disciplebots, activate!
Whoa, what's going on, everybody? Check it out. You're going to learn to do the chorus. First, you start with He transforms, and you're transforming from the start, from the beginning, and then He shapes your heart. That means that He is shaping you, and yes, He renews your life. He lifts you up in Him. Then He breaks those chains of sin. He takes your strife. He makes you right, nice and strong, and then in Jesus, that's the sign language for Jesus, you are brand new. And at the end, you clap for the Spirit spark. In Jesus, you are brand new with the Spirit spark. Awesome. Now you know how to do the chorus. Let's roll out. Here we go. Showing off those robot moves.
Let's go!
Now the robot walk.
Simon, the rock for short. Follow Jesus when he calls him, and he rocked the boat. He rocked the quote. Confess Jesus.
And then the rollout after.
die, but he lied, because when it came time, he denied. God shook and saved himself, then he cried. Didn't want to give his life, but Jesus did whatever it took to change his life. And so, suddenly he saw the risen Christ, and Jesus stood there and told him to
Robot walk and roll out. Now get ready for the chorus.
Transforms from the start, shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you are brand new. Zacchaeus, listen too short, let's call him Z.
Now there you go with the leg shake walk.
He was a thief, hated by all the beefs.
Fling your legs out and walk up and down.
Jesus looked up and he saw something more. Saw the heart of a man needed to be transformed. So he called him down, said let's roll out. Your house, no doubt, let's go, we out. And then they went.
Now the shuffle rollout. Forward, then back, and switch it up.
Only Jesus can. So from a tree, Jesus to see, transformed indeed, and certainly it wasn't the last time, because a different tree would be what all would need. The true transformer for you and me.
You already know this chorus part.
Shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you
Now, act like robots. Arms first.
He doubted, stayed hating, to fate he said no. But Jesus knew his heart, that he needed changing. He showed up, hands open, said don't doubt, believe.
Now get your legs going. Robot walking.
Ultimate hater, he watched people kill just because they believed. But Jesus shone down on the road to Damascus, changed Paul's heart forever, so that from Paul's lips the Spirit now would breathe.
Alright, now this one is the foot tap first. And now you're gonna learn the arm cross. We call it the cross of the true transformer. Now, bring them together.
But that's not all he did. Son of God, son of man, call him the 3-day kid. Cause he went from cross to grave, from grave to life, and gave the life to you.
Little faster.
That's what it means to be transformed, to have everything we need for him who breaks the storm, lifts us up, changes us, and gives us love, so that we can always share in what's from above. From the start, shapes your heart. Yes, he renews your life, takes your strife, gets you right. In Jesus you are brand new.
Robot at the end. And point to the heavens. Thanks for being with me, Bumble G.
Excellent work, Bumble G. Thank you again. You always have the best dance moves. Now don't worry if you don't have all the dance moves down yet. I'm sure you'll have them down by the end of the week. Alright, it's game time with our good friend and instructor, Ravi. So I'm going to send you over to him. I hope you're ready for some fun. Disciplebots, roll out.
Hi Disciplebots, my name is Ravi. We're going to play a little game and it is called Goldfish. And for this game, you guys need a straw and 2 plates, and you guys need a goldfish, a packet of goldfish, or mini marshmallows, whatever you guys have at home. Okay? And you guys play this game with your brothers or with your parents, and you can challenge them. Okay? Take the 2 plates and put some goldfish in it, one of the plates, and with the straw, you guys will have to take it and put it in the other plate. Whoever moves the maximum number of goldfish wins the game. I'm sure it's gonna be fun. Have fun, guys.
Now, how fun was that game? How many fish or marshmallows did you get from one plate to the other? Maybe you stopped the video and tried it a couple different times. Disciplebots, the reason that we played a game called Go Fish today is because we are going to see Jesus transform the life of a man named Peter. And Peter was a fisherman. That was his job. He was a fisherman. And Jesus transformed his life. And to see how Jesus transformed the life of Peter, we're going to read a story together. And we are going to read The Friend Who Forgives by Dewitt and Catalina Eschevery. The Friend Who Forgives is the true story about how Peter failed and Jesus forgave. A long time ago, there was a man named Peter who was best friends with Jesus. Peter was a fisherman. He was strong and brave, but he often said the wrong thing. Do you ever talk before you think? That's what Peter did. Again and again and again. Peter loved fish. In fact, one day he and Jesus had fish for breakfast. Fish for breakfast? That's weird. But we will save that part of the story until the end. On the day when Jesus first called Peter to follow him, can you guess what Peter was doing? That's right. Peter was fishing. Follow me, and I will make you a fisher of men, Jesus told him. Can you imagine that? Peter fishing for men? Jesus explained that just as Peter liked to search for fish, Jesus had come to search for people who needed forgiveness. Peter loved being friends with Jesus. He saw Jesus do lots of amazing things. One time, Peter's mother-in-law was sick. Jesus healed her. Another time, Peter was about to drown in a storm. Jesus saved him. Slowly, Peter realized that Jesus was more than a friend. He was God. He would never let Peter down. But sometimes Peter let Jesus down. Like the time Jesus explained to his friends that he had to die on the cross, but that he would come back to life to offer forgiveness. All of you will run away. You're going to say you're not my friends, Jesus said. Peter spoke up right away. He did that a lot. I will never do that, Peter said. But Jesus told him, before the rooster crows in the morning, you will say 3 times that you're not my friend. I would never do that. Jesus is my best friend, Peter thought. When soldiers came to take Jesus to the cross, Peter pulled out his sword to stop them. Put your sword away, Peter, Jesus said. My Father says this must happen. Jesus let the soldiers take him to a courtyard to stand trial. Peter followed from far away. Aren't you one of Jesus' friends? A young girl asked as she opened a gate for Peter to enter the courtyard. What do you think Peter said? No, I don't know Jesus. It was a cold night, so Peter walked over to a fire where some people were warming themselves. Aren't you one of Jesus' friends? Someone asked Peter. What do you think Peter said? No, I don't know Jesus. Then someone else stepped forward and looked closely at Peter. Yes, you are one of Jesus' friends, aren't you? He said. What do you think Peter said? No, I don't know Jesus. Right then, at that very moment, a rooster crowed. Jesus turned around and looked straight at Peter. Then Peter remembered that Jesus had said, before the rooster crows, you will say 3 times that you are not my friend. Peter was so sad. He knew he had failed Jesus again and again and again. He didn't just need to find other people who needed forgiving. he needed forgiving too. Peter felt terrible. He ran out of the courtyard and he cried and cried and cried. Peter had let his best friend down, and now it was too late because the soldiers had taken Jesus away to be killed. But Peter didn't stay sad because Jesus didn't stay dead. 3 days later was the first Easter Sunday when Jesus came back to life to offer people forgiveness. But would he forgive Peter for failing so badly? One day, Jesus went looking for Peter. Where do you think Jesus found him? That's right. Peter and his friends were fishing. Jesus called to them from the beach. Peter jumped out of the boat into the water and rushed to the beach to see Jesus. And this is where Jesus and Peter had fish for breakfast. Fish for breakfast? That's weird. Peter was so happy to see Jesus alive. But would Jesus forgive him? Peter wasn't sure. Maybe Jesus wouldn't want to talk to him. Maybe Jesus wouldn't want to be friends with him. But yes, Jesus did want to talk to Peter. And yes, Jesus did want to forgive Peter. Wow! And since Peter had said he didn't know Jesus 3 times, Jesus gave Peter the chance to say 3 times, "I love you, Jesus." That's how Peter became a forgiven fisher of men. Peter spent the rest of his life telling people about his best friend Jesus. He told them that if they put their trust in Jesus, he would forgive them again and again and again. That's because Jesus was Peter's best friend. He forgave him again and again and again. And if you trust in Jesus, he will forgive you too, again and again and again. Wow, what a story about Jesus transforming the life of Peter. See, Peter, he messed up. Peter failed Jesus time and time again. He denied him 3 times, just as Jesus said he would. But you know what Jesus did? He forgave him. And so Jesus transformed Peter from failure to forgiven. And here's the great news about this story and about Jesus' forgiveness. Jesus forgives you too. No matter how many times you've messed up, no matter how many times you've failed Jesus, no matter how many times you've done bad things, Jesus always forgives you. And we know that because Jesus came to this earth to die on a cross, to give his life for us so that we would always be forgiven. Disciplebots, I hope you know that. Jesus loves you and that he forgives you always. You can always go to him and know that he forgives you. Disciplebots, I hope you had a good first day of our very special online Disciplebot training camp. We'll see you back here tomorrow for day 2. Disciplebots, roll out.